Hello, George.
Greetings.
How you doing?
Excellent. How are you?
Do you ever answer with anything other than excellent?
No, I always answer with excellent, funny enough. I was going to ask you something like that too.
You were going to ask me?
Yeah. Do you ever say not bad?
No.
Yeah. Do you ever say...
I'm the guy that says, or when someone, I love when someone says not too bad. I said, oh, so just bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like not too bad. So just bad. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, listen to your language.
I used to be that guy. Like I used to just force of habit. How you going? Yeah, not bad. It was just, the way I spoke.
I think, but I think, and you probably thought nothing of it.
No, I thought nothing of it.
But I guarantee you had an impact.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. And it wasn't until, do you know who actually I got that off, funny enough? Rest his soul. Kerwin Ray. Yeah, I remember listening to, I must have been watching a clip of his or something. And he used to say, people used to ask him, how are you? And then he used to turn around and say, yeah, I'm unstoppable. That was his response. And then he went into the psychology around why he would say that. And then I quite liked it. And then from that point on, whenever anyone asked me how I was, it was always excellent. Just every time. Even when I'm having the shittiest day, even when I'm stressed, even when I'm fucking just don't want to talk to anyone, how you going? Excellent. It's the first thing that comes out of my head. Yes, that works. First thing that comes out of my head.
It does come out of your head.
Yep.
It comes out of one of the holes in your head.
Yeah, so that's how I answer. And I think it does have a profound effect outside and inside world.
I believe you. I know the power of the mind.
Yeah, and the power of language.
Yeah.
I think communication is one of the greatest things that you can master in your life. If you can master how to communicate in a way that's influential, not just to others, but to yourself, man, so good. I used to say...
Or even clarifying, like even if it's just clarity. Like even if you don't influence, you can just clearly articulate.
Yeah, so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Very powerful.
Even more so, I noticed that I don't say ums and ahs as much. I still say them every now and then. They're just gap fillers. And I did definitely try to make a conscious effort not to use ums and ahs. I try to replace ums and ahs with silence. Because then sometimes when you just have that pause, you don't need to go,
Yeah, you're just filling in the space.
That's right.
Also, you probably say it differently depending on who you're talking to.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
Like I doubt you and ah with your kids.
No, exactly right.
Like, yeah, there's no pressure there.
Yeah.
You're like, they're not going to pull you up and be like, why'd you say that?
Yeah. I notice it with politicians a lot whenever I'm watching news or you're seeing anyone speak on TV. Not so much news presenters or someone actually on a day show or something like that. They're normally pretty well versed. But I have found that when you go and I don't know, you probably notice it now if you see it, just always politicians are using ums and ahs everywhere.
Don't watch much politicians.
I know.
To be completely honest. Anywho, today's a very special day, George.
Why? What's so special about today?
A very, very, very special day.
Is it?
Yeah, I learned something. Did you know that pandas are no longer extinct?
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, sorry. They weren't extinct. They were on the list of...
Yeah, I knew they were there on the endangered species.
Sorry, yeah. Let me start that again. They're not on the list of endangered species anymore.
Yeah.
Did you know
good
that
on them. No, I didn't know that. Hey, I'm glad I'm repping black and white today.
Yeah.
As are you.
It's like Happy Panda Day. Did you know? I got no idea if this is true, but I'm going to follow it.
Did you know 64% of all facts were made up?
Yes, even that one. The pandas supposedly don't like to have sex.
Really?
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
apparently.
Well, that's probably why they're on the endangered list. Fuck, it's your own fault, blokes. Seriously.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Apparently, they have to go and extract the semen and inject it into a female. I could be completely wrong. I got no idea. Fact check it.
Yeah.
But that's what I heard a comedian say. It was a funny joke. So.
Must be true.
Must be true. It's true in my head. Even if you tell me I'm wrong, I'm going to choose to believe it. But it's also another special day.
Yes.
Because, and I hope I haven't got this wrong, and I'm pretty sure I haven't. But I'm pretty sure.
I'd be very surprised if you were wrong about this. I normally bang on.
Look. I should fact check this.
We were recently away, and probably about 5 to 6 times I would say something and you're like, no, it wasn't that much. And then you got me I'm like, no, it was 100% this. And you're like, hey, Reggie,
how good's my...
And then you go, no, it wasn't. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Dude, but how good's my recall?
That's amazing.
It's not bad, huh?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm still sharp.
Good.
Haven't faded yet.
Pretty good.
But I'm also not 40.
No, well, that's it. You haven't hit the threshold, so you're all right.
No, but this is a special episode. This is episode 150.
Well done,
George. Well done. 150 episodes every week, non-stop. So
non-stop. But you did remind me about something before I sat down into this podcast.
I did?
Yeah. That it's 149 for me.
Oh, it is 149.
It's 149 for me. I have done one less than Robbie, and I think he's going to remind me about that all the way up until episode 1000.
This is...
when we get Gary Vaynerchuk on the podcast.
No,
Gary,
look, it's...
number 1000.
No, it's a combined effort, man.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Team effort.
150 episodes, 150 weeks, never missed a week, never repeated an episode.
Can I say something? I reckon if I was doing, because I wanted to start a podcast before meeting you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I wanted to start one, and I was dead set, like ready to go. That mic you have inside, that was going to be the podcast mic. Like I was ready to buy. I was gearing up to do it. I even had this little logo ready. I was going to call it the Builders Pod.
The Builders Pod.
That's what I was going to call it.
That sounds like it'd be second best to $1 Million Days.
Yeah, it was definitely trailing, that's for sure. But here's the thing. I don't feel that if I started, I don't feel that I would have continued with it.
Yeah, look, I think it's really hard, man. Like I make a lot of long form content.
Yeah.
And
outside of this?
Yeah, outside of this. So like I make a lot of long form, like YouTube videos. And when I say long form, like 10-minute, 15-minute videos. And it's a task.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got
to come up with a topic.
It's the topic,
come up
it's
with
the talk.
You got to lay out the whole
editing.
thing before you do it. Then for me, it's like just coming up with the concept and laying it all out and then doing it. And then the team, kind of makes it look good. But even that, it's a job, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, cool, like if I had to do that, I'm nowhere near as consistent with that as I am with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the other element of it is like the accountability. Like you can't, I can't sit in here and you be like, hey, I can't be fucked. Yeah. And it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Get in your seat and just talk shit.
That made me feel sick when you said that.
Hey?
That made me feel sick.
What?
Like I couldn't fathom not doing it. And don't get me wrong.
Busy
I've had days doing an episode with you where I was like, I was not here.
I should not be doing
this. I was here, but I wasn't here. Like my mind, we're talking about
a million things happening.
There's just so much happening. And I'm like, oh my God. So what gets you, what's the determining factor? Why are you doing this every single time? Why do we keep rocking up and doing this week in, week out? Because we both have so much on. We've literally just come away from 2 weeks away.
You know what, dude? We've literally just come back from 2 weeks away. And we're recording this the day after the Melbourne
Builder Summit.
Almost called it a business summit.
Yeah, well, it is that.
It is.
There is an element of that.
Without a doubt. And we had a gentleman, Alex, come to us yesterday. Yeah. He's like, hey, boys, nice to meet you, man. I know you don't know me, but I've been listening to the podcast.
Shout out, Alex.
Shout out to Alex. And, like those sorts of moments where you look and you think like, oh, like, and that person feels like they know you, right? Because they've been listening. And there's hours and hours and hours of content of us online. And I think those moments, man, are the ones that remind you like, oh, this brand building exercise it's working in a way that I can't see.
Yes. And that's exactly what brand is about, isn't it?
Yeah.
My wife said to me the exact same thing yesterday. It's like, she goes, why are you paying so much on ads? And I told her how much money we spent. She lost her mind.
I can't believe you said that.
I know.
You gotta be careful who you turn to for that advice.
Oh no, I wasn't asking for advice. I regardless, I'm going to spend that much more next time and probably more. She's like, what? Why are you doing that? She goes, why don't you just go out and do what all the other famous people do and create a massive brand? I'm like, thank you. Like, yes, that is it. Brand will trump marketing every day of the week. I go, do you think Kim Kardashian does Facebook ads? No, she doesn't. She'll post something and sell millions of dollars worth of product. She has that strong brand.
There's two sides to it. I think brand supports marketing.
Yeah, and look, I'm just talking about the 1% when you say Kim Kardashian, right? So if I was still perfect example, Alex Hormozi does a huge amount of brand and content, but he runs ads.
Have you been seeing his ads?
I've seen a few of them lately. It was about his next mastery. I've seen those ones. Not recently. It was like a few weeks back.
Yeah, he's doing ones now. I think he's done he launched a school group.
Yeah. Oh, I did see that one. And if you're a qualified coach that's got over 500,000 people following you or something like that.
No. He's just launched like a business owner's doing 1 million plus.
Yeah.
Full credit to him because he's the I would say he did arguably the best brand play I think I'll ever see in my whole life. Do you know what I mean? He did that play of, I'm going to put out content for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask for anything in return.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Well, that's a Gary Vaynerchuk method, though. Give like jab, 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 right hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gary's the goat.
He's the pioneer for it. He's definitely
the guy who put people on the map, who changed people's lives, right? Yeah. But he did that whole play of like, okay, I'm going to come out here and Hormozi started putting out content. If you go back through he's posted thousands of YouTube videos. Like, I think most people don't think that, and they think, oh, I've seen 100 of his videos. It's like, when you've posted 4,000 videos, I haven't even posted 4,000 reels.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like, this guy's done 4,000 pieces of long form content.
Yeah.
He's put in the work.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And he did it over a period of time, and he just kept giving and giving and giving. And he was like, the shit he was teaching was wild. It's like, you'd watch it, you're fuck, dude. Like, I just learned more from this than I've paid to go to courses and learned less.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he did that for, 5 years, and then was able to cash in on $100 million in 3 days.
Crazy.
Wild. Wild, because he built a level of reciprocity in the market.
Yeah, that's right.
People were like, oh my God. I felt it. I was like, man, even when we went to see him, you said to me, hey, tickets were $8,000 or whatever they were. $5,000 US. So it was like $8,000 for us.
$8,000 Aussie.
And you were like, do you feel like he's made you $8,000? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I had the same answer.
Yeah, and you're like, me too.
Yeah,
let's go.
I had the same
and I was
answer.
like, all right, let's go.
Makes sense,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and even with the thing, like I saw the offer, 100 when he launched his book. And for those of you who may have not seen the book launch, he did a thing of like, I want you to buy 200 books. That's how he broke the record. It's like, I want you to buy 200 books. It was $10,000 Australian. It was $6,000 US, $30 a book, 200 books USD. And I bought it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Got 200 books in your office.
I've got 200 books in my I've literally got 200 books in my
I'm selling a few of them now. We're getting there.
Yeah, and they're moving.
Yeah.
But that was his brand play. You know what I mean? And he did way more than 150 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I come back to a couple of things with that. I come back to Steve Bartlett's post that he put on last year, whenever it was, when he had the 3 billion downloads.
Yeah. Have you are you watching him still?
Yeah, not watch, I listen.
Well, on what?
The Apple podcast.
You listen to the podcast?
When I go for a walk, I'll listen to a podcast. So I don't actually sit there and watch them.
I don't know what it is, and I'd love to know if anyone else feels like this. But there's something about him that...
Can't put your finger on?
Yeah, that I'm like...
Do you feel that he's too nice or too genuine? Like is there something like that?
I don't think he's genuine.
But do you know, is in his portraying that he's that?
Yeah,
kind of too good to be true almost?
I just feel like he would be... I feel like the person we're seeing on camera... I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy. I don't know anyone that knows him.
By the way, great podcast though.
Oh yeah, the podcast is worldly. There's no denial.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something weird about him. I feel like he's being fake on camera.
Could be. You never know.
I just feel like he's not... I don't know. I watch it and he does that thing at the start every single time. And he's like, my team brought me this and it says that 57% of you are not subscribed.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. If you're not, he does that. Have you seen
I've heard it.
You've only seen it on YouTube. If you watch YouTube and he's like, the YouTube algorithm just did this thing and you're seeing this video because they think it's for you. Everyone's seeing a different video here. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't believe him.
Yeah.
And then when you don't believe him, it becomes hard to watch. because you don't believe what he's saying and the guests he's bringing on and stuff.
Yeah. So have you slowed down with the content that he's putting out? Or the
significantly.
videos? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I just can't.
It's funny.
I don't know what it is.
I'll tend to watch or listen to the episodes that I find interesting though. So I won't listen to every single episode.
Yeah, me.
I'll just I'll scroll through and it'll be a topic. I'm like, okay, I'm interested in that topic. I'll listen to that one. And I do the same with Chris Williamson and other ones too. I'll look at the topic that they're talking about, and if I've got interest in it, I'll listen to it. If not, just move it on. But coming back to what I was saying,
the main two you listen to?
Yeah, they're the main two I would listen to at the moment. But coming back to what we're saying, so he put that post out he goes, we've had 3 billion downloads. He goes, what people don't see is the 3 years that we were creating a podcast that we had 1,000 downloads. No one talks about that. They only talk about the last 2-3 years that we've had exponential growth. And, we still see that on a micro level. That Alex guy coming up to us at the event saying, hey, I listened to you at your podcast. And it's happened at previous events too, where someone's gone up, the reason I came to this event was because of your podcast. That's what he's doing on a micro level. That's all it is. Yesterday or the day before, I had parent-teacher interviews and I was walking through the school and the PE teacher came up to me. And he came up to me, my daughter and my wife, and he's just looking at me. I'm like, what, do I have something on my face? Like, what's the go, mate? And he's like, what is it? He goes, oh, sorry, my wife's like, she goes, don't tell me. And she's like, what? She's like, you know him, don't you? And he's like, I've seen your face everywhere. He goes, I see it. He goes, you're all over my algorithm. He goes, I've seen your stuff. And whether that's this content, whether it's ads, whether it's just organic content, then I'll put him out. But even that person that I've never met before, never had a connection with, knows me or of me. That shows that the brand building exercise is working. That shows that all the content that we're putting out, all the stuff that we're doing, it's reaching people that we don't even know exist. So Alex was affected so much that he decided to come to a builders summit and now going to that next level again, and then now going to that could go to the next level again, and whatever it might be. He might then tell the next person, and might tell the next person, and maybe that next person is one of the biggest media moguls in the country and goes, hey, we love your podcast. We want to sponsor you. We want you to come on board and we want you to do this. We're going to make it national. You just don't know what that next step is going to bring. And what people fail to realize about brand is it's always a long-term play. It's a forever game thing. And it could be the video today that we make that gets 100 views, whatever it is, 1,000 views, in 5 years' time blows up.
I do that on stage. I'm like, you guys want to make a video for 100 views?
Yeah.
This is 100 views.
Yeah. And that's eye-opening when you look at it and go, 100 people, there's 100
right? Yeah, there's 100 people in a room. And this is 100 views.
And you get upset because it's only got 100 views.
On your video that took 30 seconds to make.
And that you posted for free.
Yeah, and that you didn't have to do anything. This cost this is effort.
Yeah, what we're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely a perspective shift.
Yeah, it is.
And I think just on that whole thing about like you going to the parent-teacher interviews, that sounds like a drain of a thing, by the way. Is it fun? Do you like it?
I mean, it's not like, yes. It's cute. I don't care about the teachers. I just watching my daughter. That's the main thing I'm looking for. But
can you just watch her at home?
No, I don't. I don't watch her at home. Just that parent-teacher interview. No, it was weird. It wasn't like an interview per se.
Are you listening to the teacher and he's actually getting feedback?
No, this was a bit different. It was something like they had to the children throughout the class had to present to the teachers, and you were there whilst they were asking them questions. So it was kind of like a presentation type thing. So it was cool to watch.
Yeah, okay,
something different.
Interesting. I just had a flashback from parent-teacher.
I think I remember him too back in the day.
Yeah. So the thing about like being noticed there and stuff. Do you think like an Alex Hormozi must get stopped so much?
All the time, man. Especially in his area. I think it would get to that point eventually, for sure. Imagine now you can't
get stopped 10 times a day. Or you know what I mean?
The cafe owner on the corner here, all right, he came up to me again, same thing. He goes, hey, are you famous? And I'm like, absolutely. I go, I get free coffees now, yeah? He starts laughing.
He asked you if you're famous?
He goes, I've seen you everywhere. He goes, I've seen you places. I've seen you. Now, again, very micro. Like my wife flips out when she hears shit like that. Like she starts laughing and doesn't believe it. This happened again the other day. An ex-worker that used to work at my business, he goes, oh, this new kid started at my company. He goes, oh, do you work at Pascon? He goes, you used to work at Pascon, yeah? He goes, yeah. He goes, oh, do you know the director there, George Passes? He's like, yeah. He goes, he was my old boss. He goes, oh, he's my idol. Like, he's my number one. He goes, like, full fanboying to the ex-employee. He told me about it on the weekend. It was pretty funny. But going back to what you said, Jim Carrey said this as well. He goes, I think everyone should be rich and famous so you can understand how not glamorous it actually is, at least one time in their life, because it's not all that it's made out to be, the rich and the fame, the wealth and the fame.
So why do you do it?
I do it as for me, it's a tool to use to build wealth. The fame is a consequence, I think. When I say fame, I mean the people knowing you is a consequence of you building brand. That's the whole purpose of it. I want to connect with people. I always say this too, and I genuinely mean it. I've never loved social media. I've never been the type that's like, oh, let's go create content. Oh, here's a picture of my food. Here's me in front of a sunset. I don't give a shit about that stuff, and I never did. Like, I never posted when social media first came out. I just had it. And I don't love what it did for me, but I love what it does for my business. And I think as a brand building exercise for your companies, for your personal brand, I just think you're committing suicide in whatever space you're in if you're not building brand. That's for your business I'm talking. I just don't think you're going to get ahead if you're not building a brand in this day and age. It's where attention is. That's all it is. Yeah,
and it's like, it's free. Why else would you do it apart from brand building?
Aside from the aspects of getting wealth and fame from it, why else would you do it? I mean, if you enjoy it.
Yeah, these conversations are good.
Yeah. I mean, if you enjoy it, like some people would genuinely like this. Imagine this was our one thing.
You don't genuinely like this?
No, but I'm saying imagine this was our one thing. You'd be pumped. Yeah, exactly right. So there's an element of it needing to enjoy it. If I hated doing podcasts, dude, I couldn't bring myself in here every week. And I'm sure the same with you. You just wouldn't want to be here. You'd just be sitting back going, it's like, hey, how was your week? How was the last week? It was all right.
Silence.
Good. Yeah, it's just like, all right, let's wrap this up. Like, it'll be a 10, 15-minute episode. Hey, man, I got shit to do. Let's go. All right, so there's got to be a level of enjoyment when you're creating the brand too. You've got to look at it. And we've created some cool stuff over the years too, or you have, your team has. I'll get in front of camera. Like recently, I doubled myself up. So I was talking in one frame and then behind me was me talking in another frame, and it looked like I was an identical twin talking to myself or interacting with myself. That sort of stuff is cool to see and watch, and there's an element of liking that aspect of it too.
What's the podcast taught you in 150 weeks? What's been the biggest lesson you've taken away?
I think the biggest lesson for me on this podcast is, well, we've gotten better. That's for sure. From episode 1.
Fuck, you'd hope so.
Yeah, you would. You would. But also the biggest thing for me, if you told me day 1, even though we set out and we're like, hey, episode 1000, like we said that day 1, we're like, hey, episode 1000's happening. Yeah. And we're like, yeah, fucking no. I think even getting to 150 where we are right now, that's a level of surprise. Like, it's significant. I look at that going, knowing how much that's taken, how much effort that's taken to get to 150. Like, wow, that's impressive. And the biggest lesson I've learned is, well, I'm so glad that we've been able to stay consistent in that whole time. That's 150 different topics or different words spoken for most of the time, an hour plus.
Yeah. And so like the way you got to look at it as well is like someone could watch you for a week straight.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like the full week straight.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'd get, what's a week in hours? Who knows? Anyway, it's a lot. And there's a lot there.
There's a lot of content. There's content for days.
But
the biggest takeaway is, I'm surprised in the consistency. I'm surprised that we never missed an episode. We never doubled an episode, and that we got this far. Even though we set out to go 1,000 episodes, I feel like I might have had some doubt in that.
1,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or just whatever it might be. Like, I'm just saying, even to get to 150, I probably underestimated how much effort it would take to get to 150, let alone getting to 1,000. So my biggest takeaway is why.
Yeah. Why did you said.
I thought it'd just be easier. I thought we would just talk, post, away we go. Like I didn't think there'd be.
That's all you do anyway.
I know. I don't do anything. I know. Legacy does it all.
Either, yeah.
Legacy does it all. But I see the work you've done.
We had to build a system around it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the whole, and you've told me it, the ecosystem, the cameras, the equipment, then the teams overseas and the team internally and all the stuff that goes out to bring an episode out to life, to fruition. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Every week.
It's a lot of work. Like we had someone recently come up to us and say, hey, I want to do a podcast. Can I use your gear? I'm like, yeah, man, go for it. My gut feel is it's not going to last very long because until they realize, and that's where I say, if I did this by myself, I probably, knowing me and how I am, I probably wouldn't have been that consistent with it. I might have done a season, and then go, oh yeah, I've got to do that podcast thing one day again.
Yeah, but that's where the accountability comes in. So it's like, okay, what else in your life could you have that level of accountability where it's like, I wouldn't have done it if it was on my own, but because I've got
for me, it's my training, PT.
Yeah.
That's a massive one for me.
Yeah, because you have to show up.
I have to show up. I have to. And that's why I was getting it 3 times a week. I've dropped it now down to 1. And the reason I did that was a couple of reasons was, well, the main one was my PT went away for a few weeks overseas and I had to train on my own. So there was no ifs or buts about it. And I actually quite enjoyed going to the gym on my own. And I was like, well, cool. If I've got that consistency now, I've got the results in the last 6 months working with him. Let's build on that. Let's keep that. I still see him once a week so we can keep tracking everything. But yeah, the beauty of it was for me that I needed that level of accountability. I know what I'm like. I'll get so busy at work. So many things will come up and then I'm going to go, that is not as important as me doing what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to sacrifice that to do this. And that's probably the one thing that jumps out at me. How about yourself? Do you feel like that? Do you feel that if you were doing this podcast on your own, you'd make it to 150 weekly?
Like without missing a week?
Yeah.
No. No, I said like with the YouTube videos, I'm not.
Yeah, well, that's a perfect example, isn't it?
Unbelievably inconsistent.
Yeah.
But I keep showing up.
Yeah. Keep doing it.
Yeah. But I keep showing up, so yeah, I think to not miss a week, I think it's way harder than people.
Oh, that's exactly right. That's what I mean. I thought it would be easier to get to this point. When I said, let's do 1,000, I'm like, 1,000 is going to be easy. I didn't even calculate in my head how many years
20 years
1,000 episodes is. Do you know what I mean? I did not calculate in my head how many years 1,000 episodes is. And it's like, fuck, that's full on.
Well, this podcast will turn 4.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
Soon. Well, it'll be into its 4th year, sorry.
Yeah.
About to complete its 3rd year.
Complete its 3rd.
So turn 3. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so it'll tick over 3 years. What's the one thing, I guess apart from the consistency, what's the one thing about podcasting that surprised you?
I would say that the people that have actually listened to it, I didn't think, actually a couple of things. I'll tell you what I thought. I thought we would get into the top 10 podcasts within the first 6 months.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely thought that, we got this, we'll crush it. And then I did realize that wasn't going to happen. And I don't think it was a matter of the content wasn't good enough to get into the 110 or into the 10, sorry, or into the top 100, let's say, even in Australia. Not that the conversations are not good enough, that it just takes more time to get there.
It is heavily a long game.
It's definitely a long game.
Kind of thing. Like even, going back to our dear friend, Alex Hormozi, I'm going to mess this up, but it's something like he had his podcast for like 5 years or 7 years, 3 episodes a week, every week, never missed. He was getting fuck all for like 7 years.
That's
and
right.
then shot through the roof.
And that's what I feel like this is. It's that we're just in the grind of it. And going to be worth it, not going to be worth it. We're still going to we're still going to see the benefit of it anyway, whether it's a personal development thing, because even talking about stuff makes you better, thinking about new ideas, having discussions, getting new guests on. We've connected with people that we probably never would have connected with before. And because we have the means of a podcast and being able to connect with them, we've got some guests that will come up soon that I never would have contacted before in my life, but because we've got that connection, we're like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I do. So I think the connections with people is pretty cool as well.
Yeah, the people you get to have on. I did a whole video when we hit, might have been 100 episodes, about what I've learned from recording 100, or maybe it was 120, I can't remember. But I did a whole video about it and what I learned. And one of those things I shared was the thing of like, when you first start, do you remember the feedback when you first start? So when you first start a podcast, right, you get feedback. I don't know about you, but I was getting feedback from everyone I knew. Hey man, love the podcast. You know, amazing. I love what you guys are doing. I see it. You know, I was seeing it on YouTube. You know, I saw you said that thing and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, oh, awesome, man. Like, you know, everyone look at the engagement. And then like you get to like episode 10 and then all the people who were watching because they knew you stop watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. To be clear, that's okay. But you don't.
Assholes.
Yeah. You don't think about that until it happens. And then it's like, and then you just have to keep going with no feedback loop. Do you know what I mean? And you just have to keep going and keep going.
It's the unknown, isn't it? Right? It's like, how do you know? Like people say, like, how do you know you'll ever get to the top 100? How do you ever know you'll have a billion downloads in your? Well, you don't. I don't. But I'm definitely not going to get there if I stop.
Yeah. It's like only one of them gives me the chance to get there.
Yeah, that's right. And what it's shown me is how important, like one of the biggest lessons is how important consistency is. Right, showing up every single time, every single day. Showing up at this podcast, but then showing up at work, showing up for yourself, showing up for your family, showing up for your friends, showing up for your employees. Like showing up honestly, and we say this at our events as well. It's like everyone's playing on the same line. Everyone's playing the same game. Everyone's doing the same fucking shit every single week, week in, week out. You know, they wake up, go to work, sleep, eat, repeat. Like they're doing the same thing every single day and expecting a different result. They're blaming everything and everyone in their life. It's the government, it's the taxes, it's the stabbings, it's I live in Melbourne and property prices are too high, or it's too cold here, it's too warm there. Like everyone blames everything except for themselves. And
yes. The weather thing is so funny. I find it hilarious.
It's like
everyone complains about we don't get the sun. Yesterday, people were getting slapped with the sun. They were so upset.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
But and that's fascinating to see. It's only funny enough come to my fruition over the last 2 weeks since we've been doing the event. So we went to Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne and we've done three events, traveled the country. Like it's amazing what we've done and what we've achieved in those 3 weeks. But that mindset was really proven to me over the course of those 3 weeks of how people are just going through the motions with everything. And I proved it to them in the room. And I said it to them at the start of the day. I said, I'm going to prove to each and every one of you that subconsciously on a level, you're playing the same game as everyone else. Even though you are doing better because you're in the room, as opposed to all the other people who registered and didn't rock up, you're doing better already. I'm still going to show you that you have limiting beliefs instilled in you by the time we get to the end of the day. And it was through at least 4 examples throughout the day that I did. And I was like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And then they would all say their excuses. I was too far. I saw this person get up first. I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want to do that. And then I'd get back up and said, so you all gave me excuses as to why someone else won and you didn't, because they took action. They weren't afraid of consequence. They were taking a risk. But all of you stayed here, did the one thing that everyone else is doing in the room, where it's safe, where it's in your comfort zone. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned doing this podcast is how important consistency is. And I've seen that even on a subconscious level transpond into other areas of my life and business. So I reckon that's the greatest movement and thing I've taken out of this podcast is the consistency factor.
Do you think, because like now I feel like we can't miss.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like now it's almost like you got a stick up your back. It's
even,
like, hey,
even if we end up not liking each other.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
So like, just get in the room.
It's like, hey, for the next hour, let's just pretend we're friends. All right.
No, but like, don't you feel that way though? Like we can't miss now. Like we
Yeah.
really can't miss.
We've set the bar high.
We've set the bar pretty high, and we've also shouted it from the rooftops. Like, hey man, we have not missed.
Sit like this and
And
change it up a little
we'll
bit now.
continue
Do something
to.
different to the podcast.
You're ruining the
ruin everything,
man.
I know. Hang on, I'm just going to get comfortable.
Kicking the table. You're trying to end this at 150.
There you go. Look at right at the camera now.
Staring right at the camera. Do you feel like if somewhere along, let's just say for example, 3 months in, we miss an episode
From the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 months in.
Yep.
We missed an episode.
Yep.
Do you think it goes this far?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Because I think things will come up in life. Always.
No. Not 3 months from now.
No, from 3 months in.
Yeah, so we missed
Yeah.
episode 11.
Yeah, we missed that. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Do you think it
We would've
continues to go on this far, or do we constantly miss along the way? And
It could, but yes, that
You get what I'm
could
saying?
happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. I don't think it would have. Okay, because let's be realistic. We're saying here, we're going to get there. We're not going to miss an episode. I already have.
yeah, but
I already have. I've done 149 episodes. I missed one.
But the show went on.
The show went on.
Yeah,
But I missed one.
the show went on though.
I know it did. It
Yeah,
did. But let's just say that same day we had the exact same thing happen. All right, and for whatever reason we didn't do the podcast that week. Something happens. Like there could be something that happens in our lives that
We would have found a way to not miss it.
no, there could be something that happens. A family emergency where you're gone for the week.
I genuinely
You know
feel
what I
like we'd find a way to not miss it.
Potentially, yes, potentially.
Now, at this point, I feel like we'd have to be like, all right, like let's
Maybe
just
even
work
if it's just one of us here.
yeah,
just to
like
keep
hey,
the show
just
must
get
go
in the
on.
room,
Yeah.
and
Talk.
and
Talk.
make it happen.
I'm going to have to do that at least once just so I can say we've got the same amount of episodes. I think that has to happen. But
yeah, I think
I think regardless of that, saying what you said then, there's going to be things that come up in your life. Like there will be a day where I don't go to the gym, but that doesn't make me fat.
yeah, but no, you're missing my point here. Okay, I'll give you a really good
So
example.
I think it would have given us a permission to miss an episode in the future. Is that what you're
yes,
trying to say?
100%.
Yeah.
because you're talking about the power of consistency,
Yeah.
right? So when I did,
Yeah, if you want to be completely unreasonable about your goals.
Me?
No, just anyone. If you want to be completely unreasonable, if you want to have that absoluteness about it, then yes, that's what it takes to be the greatest.
so like when I did 75 hard, I couldn't not train. There was not a day I could not train.
Yeah.
Right.
Rain,
It
hail,
was
or
like
shine.
you have to train. There was days where, I would train in the morning and then I was going to go for a walk or a run in the evening, and it would be pouring. And I did there, fuck, and I have to go, dude. I have to go. Oh, I've got to go back to the gym, huh?
You had to do one outside, didn't you?
You have to do one outside. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, I had to do it outside. I couldn't even go back to the gym.
Yeah.
So I had to do it outside, and you'd have to go. You'd have to go for a walk in the rain, and you look like a fucking psycho. Walking, it's like pouring, and you're outside walking in the rain.
You are.
Yeah, and everyone just look kind of people. And you know what's the weird part? You see other people.
Other people
Yeah,
doing
you're
it.
like, what the
Like,
fuck are you
hey,
doing?
75
like,
hard?
like I've got an excuse. What are you doing? Yeah, but that happened, and it's like that made it so much harder to say no. Because it is, George, 99% of the time you don't do something, it's because you mentally defeated.
Yeah. The mind will give up before
It's
the body
very
does.
rarely like you couldn't. Because
No,
like
without a
you could
doubt.
almost always find a way. I broke my leg. Go fucking crawl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like work it out. You could always find a way.
I said it at the thing. It was like, we had people email, sorry, my kids are sick. Don't have kids. You know what I mean? That was pretty funny. I thought it was funny. I was like, hey, don't have kids. I didn't tell you to have kids. If you didn't have kids, you would be here. That's an excuse. Right? Extreme.
Extreme,
I get it.
yeah, it is
I
extreme.
get it. Yeah, I get it. And things come up. But as you said, if you really wanted to, you would find a way. Hey, mum, can you come and look after the kids? I've got to get to this event that's going to change my life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You would find a way to get there.
Or bring your kids.
Bring your kids.
Don't bring your kids.
Don't bring them, please.
Do not.
Hey,
But yeah.
have we had a lady bring a pram in once? I'm positive we did.
Nah. I don't know.
Unless I was at an event where the lady brought her pram.
I think that.
Yeah, it
yeah.
might have been that.
I think that.
But hey, good on her. Bit weird bringing your kid to an event with music, loud music, and you're trying to put it to sleep and breastfeed.
Each to their own.
Yeah, that's it.
Each to their own.
Committed to her growth. Well done.
But yeah, I feel like when you have the consistency going, like you've got the streak, the winning streak, it makes it much harder to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what we're on now. We're on a winning streak. On a winning streak every day, mate.
What was what would you do differently if you started again? I don't even have that written down. That just came to my head. What would you do differently if you started again?
I don't think I would do much different. Why would I change?
Because you're more knowledgeable now?
The only thing I could say different is to make it better, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing I would say to make it better is get some more conversations happening in the sense of having more people involved in the podcast and reaching into that audience, into their audience.
So getting more guests on.
Yeah, getting more guests on. And that's something we've committed to doing as well. We've been a little bit off that topic. Yeah, it is. It's an effort. So again, it's like we were talking about the events the other day. And it's like, do we do another event in Sydney where I'd go and do a 3-day event there and sell people there? And I'm like, I said to you today, I go, I can do that, but not that it's a concern, but I was like, it's funny. It's like, if I do that, this almost becomes a full-time job, you know? And it's like, well, why am I doing this? Is it a part-time job? Like, what's the goal? And that's had me really questioning what I'm going to be doing with it all. But I would say if you're going to take this to that next level, there has to be levels to this with what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So I would say, like something the other day, Chris Williamson was saying, he goes, we have a 7-camera setup, right? And now we've got 2. We had 3, but now we've got 2.
Yeah,
we just never
use the middle shot.
Yeah, so it's like, do we get the middle camera? Do we get the one that's facing me from behind or facing over my shoulder looking at you, and then one over here? So do we get that set up? Is that the next level? And I reckon the next part of that would be, well, do we run ads for this and really try to grow it? Do we have a person that is dedicated, that goes out and reaches out to other business owners, entrepreneurs, people with an interesting story to come on as a guest, and then tap into their resources? Do we go and try and land a big fish? Do we go and get those really big influential people to come on the show and then build it up from there? And then, so there is levels to it. Yes, I'm definitely more educated now in the podcast space. It's funny, if someone ever told me, what do you do for work? The first thing that comes to my head isn't a podcaster. That's I'm a podcast bro.
You know, introduce yourself.
Is that what you do? Hey, hi, I'm Robbie. I'm $1 Million Days co-host. I should do that.
Become a full-time job?
No, just how you introduce yourself to people.
What do you do? I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, I say podcaster. I'm a podcaster.
This costs money, man.
And yeah, it does. I've said that as well before. It's at an event. I was like, do you know how much money our podcast make us? Do you know how much money it makes us?
You know what I'd do differently? I would have shorter episodes and more episodes.
That's how you're going to get to 1,000.
Yeah. I would have I would pull it down to like 30 to 45.
Yep. So, man, you can do that now. Why can't you change that? Why wouldn't we change that?
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah, but the consistency is we're doing that. And that is the other zinger to it. Why don't you do? And I've had people mention that to me. Maybe that's the barrier. Not the barrier. Maybe that's the next thing.
Yeah,
people prefer to listen to 15, 20 half-hour episodes as opposed to an hour and 20. That could very well be a thing.
Yeah. Like when I look back at anything that I do really well, there tends to be a large amount of volume that I've done around that thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the concept we teach at the events of like the marketing quadrant, and people come to me like, oh man, the way you explain that, like, you know, I've never heard anyone explain it that well. And that's like, I'm like, because I've explained it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so
like,
repetitive.
Yeah. I've repeated it so much.
Did you find by the third summit, it's like even ingrained even more so. Like
Yeah,
it's just like the third time we've done it twice
because
already.
the way you present it is different too.
Yeah, I found that each summit we did improved each time.
For sure. You've just
with the delivery of the content.
But it's like repetition, reps. And then you feel like, okay, cool, man. Like if we did 3 half-an-hour episodes a week and we dropped them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we might record them all in one session, who knows? But like this would be episode 450.
Yeah, exactly right.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly right. Or maybe you just have a quick topic. Maybe you just have a quick topic that you want to discuss. You know, we could say, hey, this has just happened. Let's go do a quick 15-minute powwow on it. Right? And you could call it the Friday Smash. I don't know what you call it. Whatever.
Yeah, have have segments.
Yeah, that's it.
Or what are they called? You know when you got like is it a segment?
Could call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's your,
like
your life.
The Raging Robbie.
Raging Robbie.
Remember? Do you know stuff like that?
Yeah.
It's like, Robbie loses it. You know what's pissing me off?
Yeah.
Have you seen Billy Brownless does that? When he just goes off.
Yeah.
I've only seen clips of it.
Can I just say, are you getting back into footy? I kind of feel like you are.
Nah.
Come on. The Blues are making finals.
I don't care.
You see they drew on the weekend?
I watched it.
Did you?
I only watched it because I was at someone's house.
Right.
It was on the TV.
Kernahan's still your favourite player, isn't he?
Yeah, he kicked a goal on the weekend.
There you go.
I'm not. I don't know. You know, I'll go on a rant about Carlton now.
No.
I don't know if they've made the right decision.
With what?
Coach.
Oh, really?
I don't know enough about it. I've seen this story before. Yeah, it's David Teague.
But what's the difference with what? Go get an experienced coach. Go get someone that's
dude. They did the same thing last time. I lost a lot of respect for the club when they did this. They had a stepping coach. Carlton is the greatest team at making their old coach look bad. They are phenomenal at it. You know what I mean? They're like, the coach leaves, all of a sudden they win 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Couldn't win a game. They'll win 6 in a row.
Changed.
Yeah. And it's like, and then the fans are all like, wow, this is amazing. And then the fucking board crumbles to the fans. And, you know what I mean? And then they give the coach the job, and then the coach stops performing, and they sit there, we want his head. And it's like, y'all doing the same fucking thing over and over again, and I don't want to do it.
True.
I hope I'm wrong about this time.
Me too.
I
think
really
it's
do.
the same. It's the same. It'll be very interesting to see what Essendon do coming up in the coming weeks with their coach selection. Whether they go down the path of choosing Hurd or going down and getting a completely different coach. That'll be interesting.
AFL needs to develop.
Do you think AFL needs to privatise?
Yes, they need to sell the teams.
Yeah.
So every team should be privately owned.
Yeah, I agree.
I've said that for years now, and it's like every team should be privately owned, and they should have people backing them. Remove the NBA has salary caps. Cool, keep the salary cap, and let people get behind the teams and make these teams really thrive.
Yeah.
And remove all the need for fucking giving everyone a hand. Like we're too soft. Do you know what I mean? And the sport is constantly. I've never seen a sport where the rules change so often.
Oh, it makes the sport unenjoyable.
Oh, you just watch it and you're like, what's...
Why did he get a free kick for
why
that?
did he get a free... Oh, because last week it was a different
took
rule.
One step left instead of right, and he stepped over the marks, and now we're going to give him 400-meter penalty.
Yeah.
It's like, shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like stuff like that. It's like, oh, no, they've been playing them all week. It's like, play them all fucking life.
Yeah, exactly.
All week. Like, that's not how this works. You don't pick the rules this week.
I don't mind rule changes to protect safety from a perspective of,
you don't want
head
people
and
to
concussions
die.
and shit like that. No sweat. Absolutely. But I feel that they keep trying to reinvent the game, and it does make it less enjoyable. It just makes it frustrating as a fan to watch.
You just don't understand it anymore.
Well, you just get annoyed at stupid shit. Like when I played footy, dropping the ball, holding the man, like bumps, they were all very clear cut, whether it was a free kick or it's not. Now the interpretation of it between one umpire and another is just ridiculous. So anyway, we could talk about footy for forever and a day.
Should we do a footy podcast?
That might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. We should get a football expert on.
Yeah, if you know someone.
I know a couple.
Get them on.
So yeah, well done on 150. Looking forward to the next 150.
I'm sad there's no cake.
Yeah, well, look, Renee's not working today, so that's probably why. Otherwise, we'd have one. So, look, we've touched on it a little bit with the tour, our Builder Summit tour now that we've just done, and went to Sydney, Brisbane and Melbourne. What was your biggest takeaway from going to each city and you're seeing 3 different groups of people attend the events? Do you see differences? Do you see similarities?
I think they're wildly different.
I was quite surprised at that, especially, and this is probably the first time I've noticed it so much.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it as much at other events when we did them interstate.
Sydney was the lowest.
Yeah, hey, we love you.
No, I don't love you.
Oh,
listen,
shit.
I'm going off.
I'm going to sit up.
Hey, really, like the people in the room were just giving you nothing. It was like very cold crowd. And I get it. You don't know us. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. But
there's
like,
an element of that.
But you have to compare it to the other cities.
Mm.
You have to compare it to the other cities, right? You could argue the same thing about Brisbane.
Yeah.
Like, okay, why would you know us there? Do you know what I mean? But at the end, people came from Brisbane and they shook hands. Hey, man, thank you for that. That was great. Blah, blah, blah. Probably more so in Melbourne more than anywhere, but that's okay. Like, that's, home advantage.
Yeah.
But I found Brisbane to be way more accepting and engaging than Sydney was.
We found that the first time we went to Brisbane as well, though.
I think there's a huge difference between Sydney and Brisbane. In the Brisbane's definitely more inviting as an audience.
Yeah,
without a doubt. They're like, cool, man, like happy to have you here. You know what I mean? Kind of like super chummy and happy people. Whereas Sydney was like more cold, more standoffish, more like, I'm just going to listen to you. I'm not going to take notes. I'm going to stare at your pages.
And then I'm going to leave upset.
And then I'm going to leave upset, yeah. Which I found weird.
Yeah, but do you feel that was the case in previous times we've been there, or was it just this one-off?
I feel like it's usually been more cold than most places, which I get. Big cities tend to be.
Yeah, I think there's an element of that too.
I get that.
I think there is
and
that
Brisbane's
element.
not as big a city. I understand that.
Yeah.
Like you go to small towns, you get a small town and people are like, everyone's happy. Hey, good morning. How are you?
Man, when we went to Adelaide, we found that. But I've gone to Adelaide other times, just not event related, just going to the city to go for business. And yeah, I've noticed that vibe straight up. Notice that vibe. People are like smiling, like they look happier, they feel happier. It's definitely something you notice in the other cities.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I feel the same as far as Sydney was definitely colder, Melbourne. But look, they all surprised me in one way or another. They definitely all had their quirks about them, each city. But the one thing, as I mentioned earlier, is the thing that I've taken the most note of is how many people just don't really back themselves when it comes to their own development, their own education. I feel that people just get in their own way too much, way too much with all the shit that's going on in their life. They're scared. They have a scarcity mentality, and they just don't take action. And I know that as many people, because so many people came up to us at the end of the event, shook hands, thank you, that was great, that was amazing, high fives. Like most of those people, not going to do anything.
Yeah, but
by day 2.
So don't you think that everyone does that on a different scale?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure there is scales to it, without a doubt.
Do you know what I mean? Like, someone said this thing to me once, and they're like, as you grow your business, and I'm paraphrasing here, but they're like, as you grow your business, the things you start to do, you just add a 0 on. So put simply, it's not about I'm not talking about like the car you buy. It's more, I'm talking about like the fluctuation in your bank account. It goes from fluctuating from, because when you're an employee, like what does your bank account fluctuate? A few $100s. And then it's like, okay, then you become a business owner and it might fluctuate $1,000. And then your business grows and then you're like fluctuating 10 grand. You'll have 10 grand one day, then you have 0, then you have 20 grand, then you have 10, and then you go from having 10 grand to 110 to back to 10 to, you know what I mean? And it's like the level of fluctuation grows and you grow with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You become more comfortable making that next move.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, cool. Like this is 100 grand. Fuck, 100 grand. All right, cool. I'll make it work. And then, but there's also people where you might turn around and say, and everyone has a different threshold, but like it might be like, all right, cool, George, this is 10 million. You might be like 10 billion. Hold on a sec, guys. Like everyone sit down. This is a serious amount of money.
Yeah.
And then someone else might look and sit there
10
10 million? Like,
Don't talk
hurry
to
the
me.
fuck up.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
serious? Is that all?
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm trying to negotiate $1 billion here. And it's like, I just think there's always the next level. And there's, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, well, look, we had our biggest crowd ever in Sydney, our most attendees at an event. And I think Melbourne, we beat the last record as well.
Did we?
Yeah, pretty sure, as far as attendees were concerned. But it's funny, like there's just little quirks at every event that we look at and go, well, what's the factor there? Why do people leave early? Why is there less people in the room at the end of the day? Why we get 700 odd registrations in one city? Why is it still consistently always 20% that rock up? Like, why is that the magic number? How do we make it more? And these are the great questions that we ask. And that's what I love about what we do is, yes, as happy as you are with the end result, or, we had some fun, we made sales, we're going on to the next level, we're still always asking ourselves the question, well, what's the next thing? What has to change here? And it's funny this time around, it was in Sydney. It's the first time I've ever seen this or heard it. And I was talking about our Built Mastery event, which is the 3-day event that we offer to the attendees. And the moment I said, like, I was going through everything, everyone was pumped. And I said, it's a 3-day event. It's on the 10th to the 12th of September. And then I said, it's in Melbourne. And I actually heard people go, oh, that was the first time I've ever noticed that in the last 4 years we've been doing events. I heard people like drop, like they're, Melbourne. And like, there's an element, and this is probably bad by me, but there's an element of me in that moment going, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, stop being a little bitch. I almost feel like being that blunt to people sometimes. I know it's not the right thing to do or say or feel or anything like that, but I'm going to be open and honest with you and our audience. It's like, man, wake the fuck up. You can't spend $150 on a flight to Melbourne. Is that's what's holding you up on achieving all the shit you want in your life? $150 and 3 days. Okay, and accommodation. All right, let's just say it costs you $1,000 to get to Melbourne. That's what's holding you up. That's what's getting in your way, in you going from here to there, to have that level like you were just talking about, to go from the 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 500,000, $1 million. That's what's holding you up, $1,000. Man, and then I look at that and I'm like, dude, you're never going to make it. You're never going to make it until you can get through your own shit like that. I can't help you with that. I can only put the tools in front of you. I can only give you the options. You need to make the decision, man. I'm not going to do it for you. And I kind of feel like I can't remember who said this, but it's like when people go through adversity and difficult things, when they see someone else going through that, there isn't an element of, oh, I feel for you. Let me help you up. Like, you can do this, in encouragement. It's more like, hey, pick yourself up and fucking go. They almost have resentment towards that person because I've been through that. I've done that struggle. I know how hard it is. Yes, it's hard. Do it or don't and be a loser like everyone else. So a lot of successful people often have that chip on their shoulder like that when it comes to that. And I think because I've gone through the worst of the worst in construction and the best of the best, but because I've had that element and those challenges, I kind of sometimes feel maybe subconsciously that I do have that chip on my shoulder when people don't take the action that I can see they clearly need, but don't do it because they get in their own way.
So why do you think they get in their own way though?
But what I said earlier, they've got instilled in them limiting beliefs.
Yeah, everyone does though.
I know, but these are like prevalent. Like, they're just on their face. They may as well walk in like that. I'm surprised they even rocked up to the event. Why are you here, dude? Why are you here? Why are you spending your most valuable asset, which is your time, with us in this room? Like, are you hoping to come to this event and it's going to change your life out of one free event that we're going to give you something to go out there and get rich quick? And mind you, there was that guy, who was it? Kaz in Melbourne, came up to me and he goes, man, I came to a Builder Summit 2 years ago. He goes, from that event, I wrote down, I'm going to start a business. He goes, in 72 hours, I put myself a challenge and I did it on YouTube. I started my business. I had an ABN and I got my first client at $11,200 within 72 hours. I go, good on you, dude. And he goes, now I've got my own flooring company. We do this, we do this. I said, dude, well done. You are the prime example of the person that's gone out there and taken action and growing your business. So you do get those people, right? You get the people that back themselves. You get the people that are that's the spark that they needed. But I still feel the vast majority of people in that room just can't get out of their own way. And that's the code I'm trying to crack throughout the day. I'm trying to wake them up and show them that the problem here isn't the market. It isn't this. It isn't that. It's you. You are the one that's holding yourself back, no one else.
We are all that to ourselves.
Yes, I agree. There is an element of that in everyone's life.
Yeah, your limitation is you.
Yes. Yeah, because I could work out every single day and I could have a six-pack by summer. Right? I could do that. Every time I don't work out, it's an excuse. At 9 o'clock or 8:30 when all the kids are in bed, I could go to the gym. At 6 a.m., I could be at the gym. At lunchtime today, I could have taken, instead of having lunch, I could have gone to the gym. So that's just one element, my health, but you look at every other aspect of your life, there's always excuses there. Sorry, limitations.
How do you overcome limitations?
I think the first thing is self-awareness. Very hard to teach. How do you teach self-awareness? I think you've got to be aware of where your shortcomings are. Sometimes a person or a mentor can help highlight that to you. And that's kind of what the Builder Summit's about when we do our events. It's just highlighting to people that these are things that we've done, that we've seen the success in, and trying to hit their pain points. So much so that it forces them to go, okay, I need to do something different now. So I think it's got to begin with self-awareness and going, all right, I'm overweight. I drink too much. My business isn't running well. My relationships are shit or not as good as they could be. And then from there, addressing one thing, not everything. I think if you start going, all right, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to fix my business, I'm going to fix my relationships, and I'm going to stop smoking this week, you're likely not to do any of those things. So I would start with one thing.
I believe there would be a lot of people who would maybe want to start a podcast.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, people see the power of it, but they see the chapter 300 of Steve Bartlett. That's why they want to start a podcast.
Yes, I had that conversation 2 hours ago.
Did you?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, there you go.
Literally. Someone saying, oh, this guy didn't really... He said, this guy didn't really... All he did was just go live on YouTube.
Yeah, and now he's massive.
And now he's massive, and he's got a podcast with Wayne. Do you know the soccer guy? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it's Man U.
Yeah, that guy. I know the guy. And now he's got a podcast with Wayne Rooney, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, like that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you need to understand that.
Mm.
He's like, oh, yeah, but like, it's worth a crack. I'm like,
everything
you should be giving AI a crack.
Mm.
It's that now. It's like, oh, that guy didn't know that this was going to lead to a podcast with Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
That he didn't know that.
No, not when
that path wasn't paved. You know what I mean? He walked the muddy route.
Yeah.
That most people aren't willing to walk. Why? Because we're too busy or whatever limiting belief you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't because of this. Time, money. I don't know how. I don't know the right people. I'm not in the right area. I'm not in the right industry. I need to read more. I need more information before I can take that next step.
Yeah.
People
People often see that shining light in front of them. They see that person doing that amazing thing and going, oh, well, this must be nice, must be easy. Imagine if I just get that lucky break, And it's not a lucky break most of the time. All the people that have had high levels of success or are crushing it out there in any field, in any genre, in anything they're doing, it's taken grit. It's taken time. It's very unlikely that we were going to crack the top 100 podcasts in the first 12 weeks. You know what I mean? In the first 3 months, we're going to be a top 10 podcast in Australia. No. Who are we? Why would people listen to me? Your mum and your dad and your cousins and your friends. Yeah, okay, you're going to get the algorithm up in the beginning. But thereafter, like, you've got to do the reps. You've got to get the credibility. You've got to get people that want to listen and want to follow and want to engage. And it just takes so much more effort than people think.
There was a gentleman at the event yesterday, really nice guy. And he came to the back at the end. And he's like, I like what you guys are doing. Like there's some really good stuff. And he goes, I want to do it. Like I want to do the event. I just feel like the timing's not right.
Mm.
And I just looked at him.
Wait 6 months.
Yeah, and I just thought, I feel like I've made that excuse. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've said that and believed it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I'll do this, but I'll do it next year, or I'll do it when, I lose weight.
I've done that before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've done it before. Do you know when it was? I can tell you exactly when it was. How funny. I've mentioned him twice this episode. I haven't even thought about him in the last year. Kerwin Ray. I went to one of his first events in Melbourne, and it was a free event, and he filled a room of about 200 people, and he was talking about social. It was around the time I just started my business. I literally just started my business, and I started to get the interest in social media, in branding and Instagram, and he was like, come here and I'm going to tell you the top 10 hashtags, how to use hashtags in Instagram posts, like full on, like the most basic shit that no one even thinks about now. Do people even use hashtags anymore? You know what I mean? Like it's like,
but it was
at the time, it was revolutionary. Like it was amazing. Yeah. And I remember I was going to buy his next level of training, whatever that was. What was he call it? Nail it and scale it, or whatever he calls it now, or called it
something like that.
So I was going to buy that. And then I was there, and I remember speaking to the person, one of his sales reps, and like, oh, what do you? He's like, do you want to buy it? I'm like, yeah, I do. I go, but again, timing's not right. I'm probably going to have a baby around that time, or we're having a baby.
And you believe it? It's true. It's not like you're not.
Like that was genuinely a thing when the event was on. Like, oh, my wife's probably going to have a baby. And she's like, oh, we can buy it and we can transfer you to the next event, and I'm like, oh, no, I'll just wait. And guess what?
You never went.
Never went.
Yeah.
Never went. Not once. And maybe had I gone to that, it could have been the thing that catapulted me and my brand and my business to the moon. Yeah.
But you'll never know.
But I decided to have kids. What an idiot.
You do.
You know?
So, you have kids?
Yeah.
Why'd you have kids?
I don't know. Silly.
It's an excuse.
Could have been a billionaire. It's an excuse. I wouldn't trade them for $1 billion.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to connect the dots between, because I have no doubts there is someone, I'm going to speak on my own behalf here. There is someone who's more advanced than me, who I will say something and they will look at me and be like, he has no idea what he just said there. I have no doubts in the world. Do you know what I mean? And I wish I could identify what the thing is that would allow me to see my blind spots. But that's just the journey, right?
It is. Sometimes it has to hurt enough to make the change too. And that's where maybe some of those people in the room just don't hurt enough. Maybe they do need another year of pain. Maybe they do need another year of suffering.
Yeah, but
and then the people that are
the pain for us is self-inflicted.
Yeah, it is.
It is. We're comfortable.
Yeah, that's right.
Life in Australia is pretty damn comfortable. Yeah. And I think most people won't inflict enough pain on themselves.
And that's the thing, right? So I reckon when the time comes for someone to take control and make that change, it's because they have that level of frustration, right? So this person that you were talking about podcasts, it's like, well, he's seeing that and you go, fuck, I'm sick of just being here doing the same thing every day, every week in, week out. I'm going to start a podcast so I can get Wayne Rooney on my podcast.
Yeah,
you know, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that. So, but hey, maybe he does, and maybe he gets an Australian player on. I don't know. Get someone on with a level of
from the MPL.
Yeah,
his dad's an Uber driver.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Oh, inside joke, guys. Yeah. Inside joke. Shit, that's funny. So I think most action will come from that level of frustration for sure. For sure.
I agree. I think that's a wealth of wisdom shared for episode 150 right there.
But, in the same token, on the flip side of that, so pumped for people that do take the action. I see
Start
them.
a podcast?
No, but I'm saying at the events. Like they go to the room, they go there, that buy a product, that back themselves. I'm like, dude, fucking good on you. And the same token, have that level of frustration for those people that don't take action. It's because I know the results you'll get. I can see it, but I can't force you. I can't hold a gun to your head and say, buy this product because it's going to help you. But then when the people actually go up there and go, you know what, I trust you, George. I trust you, Robbie. Let's fucking go. Where do I sign? and you're like here, and they do it, and they have the conviction, and they have the confidence. I'm like, man, well done. Well done. This could mean the absolute most for you. This could be the stepping stone to you just catapulting your life and your career in the right direction. And I love it when I see people like that. That gives me, that's honestly why I keep doing this, is for those people. Fuck the other guys. Those people that take that action, I get so pumped for them. And that's why I keep trying to give my absolute most for the 20% in the room that always show up and go, yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, well, they came and they want to keep it going.
That's it.
You know what I mean? They want to carry on the momentum.
Yeah.
The other side is if you flip the script here, I'm going to do your trick on you.
Please.
And if you flip the script here and you say, oh, George, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, this is your fault. You're letting him down.
I am. I agree with you. And that's why we always ask the question when we leave the room.
You're letting them
down. What could we
down.
have done differently?
Because you can help them.
Yeah. And I haven't.
And you haven't.
I have an obligation.
You haven't allowed them to believe you can help them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have an obligation to make them, I know my product is better than anything or anyone else out there. And as a person trying to sell a product, I have an obligation to get them to buy that product because I know it will help them. That's how I view sales. And I think I would love for you to tell me as well, honestly, I think I sell relatively hard at that event. Throughout the day, not just in the moment of the sale. Like, because I'm pitching to them constantly throughout the day. They don't know it, but I'm trying to get, like, subconsciously talking to them to get them to take action throughout the whole day. And then when the moment comes, I'm like, go take it. Like, don't sit here. Don't wait for someone else to take it. I'm not going to do it for you. You need to take control of your own life. And it's, again, it comes from a place of of being genuine. Like, I know my product will help you. So much so that I say, if it doesn't, I'll give you your money back. I back myself in that regard too. And to date, I'm yet to have someone that wants to refund their money. That's attended the event. Could it be improved? Yes. It could definitely be improved. I'm sure if I got the best sale, I'm sure if Alex Hormozi sat in on one of the Builder Summits, he'd probably go, hey, do this, do that, do this.
I've got a good book for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend it to you after this podcast.
Cool. Do. Please do. But again, on top of that, I feel that almost every event that we've done, we always tweak stuff. We always change stuff. And the last time we've done it, we're now talking, well, do we change the content up again? Do we give too much information? Do we give too much knowledge?
Yeah.
Do we need to make it a little bit different so that they feel that they need more? Do we, like last time, we now have prize kits that we give away at each event.
That's a sick prize.
That's a great prize.
Simon the other day, he said last round of events, he's like, this thing would make me stick around till the end. And I looked at him and I'm like, kind of the fucking point, dude. Like, exactly. The whole reason it's here is to do that.
But you see, the first time we did it, I felt that was a huge success. This time, I don't.
Yeah.
But did it contribute to getting more people registered? That's the other question. That's the other
question.
I think it may have, for sure. People would probably go, oh, yeah, I'll register just in case I win.
I think people forget also.
About the event?
About the
prize?
Yeah. I did one time, a guy was about to leave, and I was like, dude, he's literally like, if you stay 10 minutes, he's going to announce the prize. And he's like, oh, yeah, fuck. He sat back down.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, oh, I got to go, man. My kids, blah, blah, blah. I was like, dude, he's going to announce my key to key. He's like, oh, yeah, all right, I'll sit down. And he sat back down. Like, what about your kids?
Stop those kids. They can wait in the rain for a bit. The Makita kit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Milwaukee kit.
That's a good point you make, though.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see this time around. I felt that it didn't have the effect that it did first time.
Well, there's always lessons.
Yeah.
You know, whether and this is something I feel like I've gotten really good at. Like, even when I go do a coaching program or a training program, and there's learning directly, which is like, hey George, you should do this. And then there's learning indirectly, which is looking at what he did and saying, okay, why did he do that? Do you know what I mean? Not like, I get what you're doing, but like, you You know when we were at the, and we'll wrap up with this, when we went to see Alex Hormozi in Vegas, we went to the scaling workshop, which, by the way, I think like we went pretty early on. I feel like everyone's been now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've just seen so many people that I know that.
Oh, that you know? No shit.
Heaps.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I feel like
I haven't noticed anyone.
Nothing.
No, not a single person.
Yeah, okay.
Other than the people we were with.
Yeah, no, I've seen heaps.
Yeah, right.
Heaps.
Do I know them as well?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm trying to think if there's someone that you would know specifically. I don't know. But on that note, we should get Scott on the podcast. Just a real quick side note, just as a reminder. But back to the thing. He did this thing, right? And I noticed that as soon as he did it. And he was going to teach you how to pitch, teach you how to sell something. And he goes, I'm going to use my product in the example. So he was selling you his product and saying, I'm going to teach you how to sell by selling you my product. So what he did was he caused you to let your guard down because you're going to take in the information because you want to learn, right? I'm going to teach you this.
Yeah.
So you drop your guard, your I'm not buying shit guard. And then he's like teaching you the thing. And dude, like I looked at him and I realized what he was doing and I laughed to myself. I was like, that's brilliant. Like that is like, okay, I'm going to teach what you're teaching me directly. I'm going to learn what you teach me directly, but I also saw what you're doing indirectly. You know
because you're trained and you've picked that up as well.
You use the word trained a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've clocked training?
No, I don't think you can ever.
Yeah, but like you use the word trained a lot.
I don't know. You've done the reps. I think training's like I've always trained in something in my life.
Do you go, when someone says, do you go to the gym? You're like, no, I've trained.
I train at the gym.
Yeah,
I go train. Yeah.
What's the difference?
It's past tense.
Yeah, like, you know, like you've like, to say that you've trained means you've accomplished.
Oh, really? I don't see it that way.
That's definitely the definition.
Is it? You've trained. No, it means you've done training. So you've trained. I trained last week. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's finished. I've still got to train this week.
For that day.
For that day. Week. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's part. Yes. Okay. It's finished. Complete towards it. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, do you feel like your training is at a point of no more?
No, I don't think you can ever get to that point.
Yeah.
I think even when you're super fit, when you're super knowledgeable, there's always more to do and learn.
I 100% agree. But language is
important.
How's that for fucking full circle, huh?
Yeah.
On that note, thanks for listening. Episode 150 in the bag.
Great to have you here.
In the bag. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Top George? Top G.
Yeah. Well, let us know if you would like to see shorter episodes.
Nah.
Or you like longer episodes.
No. Yeah. It's a good point. Maybe,
just give us some feedback. Do you prefer? I know my old man says that from day when he goes, oh, your episodes are too long. He watches every
Your old
episode.
Man also has the most viewed episode on YouTube. Did you know that?
Oh, does he?
He's got the most viewed.
Oh, that's so good.
Sorry, it might be second. But like he's got like an up there episode.
I got to let him know that.
On YouTube.
It's probably all his mates back in Greece. He's in Greece at the moment.
Yeah, it's all coming from
living the dream.
It's all coming from Greece.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a man with a wealth of knowledge, experience over the years. And, you know, they're the type of people that you want to be getting and having discussions with on the podcast. So we are looking to do a lot more of that moving forward as well. So we will bring you a few more guests. But I think we just keep having some good conversations. So I haven't had the huge need to get people, or felt the huge need to get people on the podcast. But we do enjoy having them.
We should.
I think it just reaches a broader audience and just gets more people involved in what we're doing. But thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you sticking around and listening to episode 150. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And make sure you stick around for the next 150. It's going to be amazing. And you know what? I hope you have $1 million day.
Thanks, everyone.